Hey, what's up guys? And today we're taking off the sway bar off of my 2003 Nissan Xterra. And what is a sway bar? So the sway bar essentially connects the bottom, the rear axle, and it helps it in terms of steering and stabilization. So when you're going in for a tight corner, the sway bar is supposed to absorb and help with the steering component. So I'm not a mechanic, so all I know for sure is that it helps with steering and stabilization. However, on the Xterra, especially this first gen, so from the 2000 to 2004, the sway bar isn't really that effective as people make it seem to be. Now, what a lot of people do in the forums and what other people have recommended is just to take it off. I mean, it's just there for no reason. I mean, mine has been broken since I bought it, and I haven't really noticed until the other day that I heard a clanking noise, and it was basically the sway bar was hitting my shock absorber. And so that is actually not a good thing, because it could actually break the shock instead of, you know, even helping. It's just in the way. So I'm just gonna take it off today, and you guys are gonna watch. Alright, so now that I'm under here is what I'm talking about. So that right there, let me make sure everything's in focus. This is the sway bar right here. So that clanking noise is the sway bar. And that bar over there, that's right there, is broken. So if you look at this side, let me just scoot on over. That side right there is bolted on, and that's fine, that's how it should be. However, on this side, if you take a look, it is broken, and it's just in the way. And so look, yeah, that thing is broken. So, what you want to do is you want to loosen that bolt and the bolt on top. And then on this side, if you can see, we need to loosen that bolt. So there's one, and then there's two, and then there's three bolts. So there's three bolts on each side that we need to take off, and it's that simple. Really quick pro tip, I like to work on my Xterra with the back open or the doors open or listening to music. Make sure to turn off your lamps up here, your lights off, just so that you preserve the battery and you don't, you know, end up turning on the car and it won't turn on because of the battery. So turn off your lights. Alright, so I was able to get the bolt out. It was a little tough, however, I used my pure muscle, and as you can see up here, it was right in here, and I used my pure muscle just to get it out. So I don't want to toot my horn, but eat your carrots every day. You can pull this out, no problem. However, if you can't do it, go ahead and put some PB Blaster and just let it sit and marinate for a little bit, and then go ahead and try it one more time. Now we're gonna have a little issue up here because mine broke. So as you can see, the metal up here used to be down here. However, it broke, and now it's actually pretty hard to get to it, and that might be an issue because the bolt is right back here, and this is just really stuck up there. So I'm gonna see if I can bend it down or move it, or I don't know, I'm gonna have to find some way to get this off. But as you can see, I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, so I was able to bend it back out of shape, and it was really tough, man. I mean, the good thing was that it was bent in a U shape, so I was able to use leverage to bring it down. And now, as you can see, the sway bar is fully hanging now, so that's where it used to be. We took off those two bolts, and now we just need that top bolt way up there. We just need that one, and we need that same bolt on the other side. I've taken this side off as well. So now we just got this sway bar hanging, and just two more bolts to go. So I'm in the process of taking out the last bolt on the sway bar, and so right up here where this joint is connected, there's a nut on this side, and there is a over here there's another nut. So you need a wrench to hold this nut on this side, and then you use your socket wrench to get this side out. So I just wanted to mention that, so that way when you guys go under your Xterra or any other car, just make sure that you're just not spinning to spin. You know, I was over here spinning for 10 minutes straight, and I was like, this thing is not loosening up. And that's because, again, you need that the wrench on this side and the socket wrench on this side, just to make sure you hold the nut on the front side and then you loosen up this back side. We got one out, so there's that. Alright, and after you take that bolt out, after you take that out, those two out, that out, those two out, you have your sway bar right here for you to admire and to see all the hard work you put in to take it out. So again, there's just two screws here, and then there's a screw over here, and this was exactly what I was talking about. So on this side, there's this screw here, and then there's this nut right here. And so you want to make sure that you have a wrench on this side, and you use your socket on this side. So you need to hold this down with the wrench and use your socket on this side. Again, I used a 14 millimeter socket on this, and that's how I got it out. And so now that it's out, what I will do is I will put these screws back in the holes that go right under there. And let me just give it a little zoom, so hopefully you guys can see that. Those two holes will be taking in these screws right here. So you're just going to screw these back into where they were, and that should be the end of it. Here's the end product, the end result. So you just want to go ahead and screw these back in, and you don't need to put the metal bracket on. I mean, you can if you want, but I would just say just put these back on how they were, these two bolts. Make sure to tighten them real nice and tight so they don't fall out. And on top of here, where the sway bar was connected at one point, you can just kind of leave that where it is right now. And then, like I said, just make sure you screw these back on here. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to help you with articulation. So if you're taking your X off-road, you can see that right here, the shock and everything, this will extend much further than it would with the sway bar on. So that's another pro to taking it off. And plus, I mean, weight savings, right? So we want to make sure that the Xterra is a very fast car. And so as you can see, we got the sway bar over here again. You can sell it, you can throw it away, or you can donate it, you can take it to the rest shop, or I don't know, just find something to do with it. But this should conclude today's video. And so again, this is my 2003 Nissan Xterra. I will bring you guys some more videos, a little review about it, and you know, kind of the basic things that I've done. Next project is going to be involving the torsion bars. So I did a torsion bar lift, and I think I did it a little too much because my tires are messed up and I need to get in alignment anyways, so might as well fix it and get in alignment. So this should conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.